Hi there and welcome to Apple World. So recollect, when we said that the GMA 3 show encompassing TJ Holmes was no place near being over. Well, we were correct on that since things just deteriorated for TJ after an ever-increasing number of ladies began approaching to uncover him for taking advantage of his situation to have undertakings with numerous ladies in the GMA studio. Individuals said that this was going to explode an Amy robot's face. Yet no one anticipated that turmoil should begin this before long. In light of the fact that, listen, this show is wow. Expressing that, as of now, this is protected. Outrage has developed far past the duping show among Amy and TJ. Sure, that was which begun this entire thing yet. It has developed far past that on the grounds that TJ has been uncovered on numerous occasions for having illicit relationships with not one, not two, yet a few different ladies. In the ABC studios also, things have gotten more pleasant than we might have anticipated a couple of days after his issue with Amy became public. He was uncovered for additionally taking part in an extramarital entanglements with the previous GMA maker, Natasha Sink, who was additionally hitched at that point. And it wasn't an indulgence or any such thing since the undertaking happened for 3 years before TJ's presently ex Mara Lee learned about it and made him put an end to it. Well, Natasha could have been one of his most memorable undertakings over at ABC Studios. However, she absolutely was not his last back in 2015. He took part in an extramarital entanglements with a youthful content facilitator named Jasmine Petaway, who was 13 years his lesser sore talked on the undertaking, saying it was Jasmine's most memorable genuine work in TV. What's more, it was no joking matter for her. She was searching for a tutor, and she connected to a few group. TJ was somebody who was responsive. However, he totally mishandled the position of trust. Holmes was somebody who would snatch beverages, and he and Jasmine begun doing that. You should recollect that he was a journalist at that point, and he's carving out opportunity to talk with her about her work or anything the source proceeded with. I don't have any idea how long that had been going on before it got sexual. However, I really do be aware the first time it did was in quite a while office. And he was going to go on air in a several hours they did the awful, and I realized she was befuddled subsequently as to what it implied. It didn't keep going long. However, you really should stop and think about whether he at any point contributed in being a coach at all. Jasmine was a lovely young lady, and he had everything on his terms. He was intrigued. And afterward, he wasn't. This was a young lady beginning out in the troublesome business, looking for good examples and coaches. And she got TJ. Nobody discussed maltreatment of force in those days, yet stuff happened now. Devon was by all accounts not the only subordinate that he attempted to seek after a relationship with, since he likewise got uncovered for making continues on another subordinate, and he wound up causing her to feel worried and blown a gasket by his undesirable advances again. When we consider that TJ was in an influential place and checks out why the ladies would feel a sort of way about his advances and get gone ballistic, an insider at a BC studio said that is who he was. Did he at any point hope to be proficient, or simply ruin the natural products he'd been given? I don't realize. I simply know he was continuously looking to be the person with the strut. He didn't appear to mind about he was hitched, or that he could be gambling with his work, yet some way or another. That is not every one of the undertakings that TJ had at the studio, since he just got uncovered for a 5th undertaking. As per page 6, still suspended GMA 3 have TJ Holmes has a thought in office frolic with another junior staff member. The insider asserts that the supposed experience happened in 2015. That very year of then, hitched Holmes purportedly had a months-in-length illicit relationship with subordinate Jasmine Petaway, whom he purportedly did the frightful with in his office. Our source lets us know this lady was in her mid-20s and filled in as a short-term partner maker at a BC at the hour of the supposed experience. The source proceeded with Holmes, and the staff member who was no longer with the organization was purportedly in his office after 3 a.m. With the entryway shut, we're told a pack of wrestling could be heard coming from inside the room, and that the lady had arisen looking totally flushed and like a deer in headlights, is hazy. Whether the staff member at any point announced the claimed experience to HR now, for no obvious reason this fifth lady didn't report TJ to the higher-ups, doesn't imply that other individuals didn't, on the grounds that as per a source TJ was accounted for to a leader maker on GMA. However, the maker chose to deliberately ignore what is going on, and imagine like it was anything but a ticking time bomb. Yet the most stunning piece of this is the way that TJ's most recent darling Amy had no thought read, arting these different ladies that TJ had undertakings with reports. Have it that she was bushwhacked by the insight about all these ladies approaching to uncover TJ, particularly since the majority of them were his subordinates, which made things even more pleasant. Sources guaranteed that Amy was walloped by the volume of Beau TJ Holmes as supposed past undertakings, and she feels like she's blow back in the outrage. Now, this gets considerably more fascinating on the grounds that insiders uncover that TJ has conceded to deliberately stowing away the genuine degree of his issues at a BC. From a me, the insider added that TJ never anticipated that things should explode in his face as they did, and that he never believed that the issues were going to become public information, particularly since they all happened such a long time ago, and that he thought everybody in question had moved past it. The insider additionally asserts that TJ despises the manner in which the tales are being raised again, on the grounds that he doesn't feel like it has a say in the circumstance with Amy. He trusts that Amy is unique in relation to the wide range of various undertakings, since they're openly together. He indeed even left his better half for her, so he doesn't feel that it's fair that his past wrongdoings are being raised now. Well, trust the web to cook on the grounds that that is precisely exact thing individuals have been doing. There have been such countless remarks hauling and deriding him, talking like I truly wish they would toss TJ away and secure him with a specialist. Furthermore, an upstanding mentor, in light of the fact that he is woefully slacking grain. Cheating like this focuses intensely to an example of absence of responsibility, absence of regret. Furthermore, a need to approve his inner self and deception of power by more than once manhandling the power, impact, and trust at any point. White shared with him super odd, relaxed, unpleasant way of behaving, frightening in light of the fact that the absence of care and mindfulness is bewildering. Different remarks said TJ's conduct is beginning to verge on savage and deft. A BC, throw the banana pills over here. I don't think TJ at any point went gaga for Amy Roebuck. I think TJ was having a working environment escaping with Amy that he never planned to be made public. TJ is over at the GMA, throwing D like he believes he's doing local area administration. And as of now, we need a number cruncher and a draft to keep up with his undertakings. No one could genuinely have anticipated how muddled this case has turned out to be. And I believe it will get much more chaotic on the grounds that TJ actually has a legal advisor on retainer, holding up this to a BC, assuming they choose to fire him. Definitely, this wreck is not even close to finished. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.